If you hear the word style and you think it's something only celebrities and influencers can afford, you need to watch this video. Everyone has a style. Even if you don't think you do, you do. And today I'm gonna help you find it. Hello and welcome to a new video. My name is Jackie. I'm a fashion and personal stylist. I've helped people overcome their insecurities and reconnect with their self-love through workshops, coaching, training sessions on personal image at my fashion academy that I co-founded with my best friend in Mexico. In case you didn't know, this is our second video on this channel. Last video, I talked a bit more about my own journey on outgrowing criticism and low self-esteem to pursue my dream of helping people to master the art of personal image and self-love. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description. Now, in today's video, I'm going to help you uncover the basics of personal style so you can identify yours and start looking the way you've always wanted. Because in this era, more and more people can access all the knowledge on how to look and feel incredible, when in the past, it was a privilege only celebrities could afford, so take advantage of it. But first, let's focus on style. What does style really mean? The other night, I was watching a movie on Netflix called The Roommate, and the main character was this girl who was supposed to be an aspiring fashion designer who was just starting college. She shows up at this high demand class with a professor who was famous for presenting his collections in Fashion Week, and she asked for a spot in this class. First, he denies her the spot, but then he goes and says,
I have two things I can't teach, and that is style and design.
When she showed up in the most stereotypical fashion girl fit of that time, 2011, which was this scarf and the tiny hat, and this is a perfect example of what style is not. Media and movies have made us think that style is following the trends at the moment and putting together looks that most people would think are fashion. But that's completely the opposite of style. Style should be a reflection of you, your individuality, your true self, even your routine, your line of work, your dreams and aspirations. Style is intimate because it's a reflection of your inner world. Think about it. If you look exactly like everyone else, how can that tell the world who you really are? And don't get me wrong, putting on something that's trendy is not bad. It doesn't mean that you have no style. If you enjoy incorporating trends into your outfits, that's great. In fact, it could be an amazing exercise to explore what you like, but you have to be really careful to not compromise your essence and uniqueness along the way. For example, I first started to feel interested in finding my style when I was in high school. I remember all the girls in my class leaning more into these sexy and cute elements, but it wasn't necessarily something that I felt comfortable wearing. In fact, I felt really insecure, so I experimented with more alternatives aesthetics. I always gravitated around emo, subculture, punk culture, rock band aesthetic, kind of what in today's language will be the rockstar girlfriend aesthetic. But later, I went back to trying softer looks and more feminine styles, and that led me to try different trends and aesthetics I was not that into, but I felt were the right thing to put it on because they gave off a certain vibe, which, by the way, is a really important topic that we will discuss in a bit. But this period between my teen years and my early 20s was so crazy in terms of personal style because I went through it all. I went from dark and alternative to super casual and sporty to eclectic and boho and more creative to hyper feminine to a point where I would just wear something for a couple of months and then just be like, this is so ugly. I cannot believe I wore this in public. It was just not sustainable anymore. This is something you should avoid because it only leads you to spending a bunch of money on things you don't even like just for the sake of looking trendy. And it's just not worth it. This is one of the biggest style mistakes we all make when we start our self-discovery journey. But there are some other common mistakes you might be making with your style right now that you should pay attention to. Number one being copying outfits from social media. I've been there too. You see a cute outfit on your favorite influencer or on Pinterest, and you go like, "Oh, I need this outfit." But when you put it on, the exact same thing, it doesn't look quite the same. And it's not that they are pretty and you are not. It's just simply that what works for someone else may not be as flattering for you, and that's totally fine. Instead of copying an entire outfit, reflect a little about what exactly attracts you to it. Is it the color palette? Is it the patterns, the accessories? Or do you just like how that outfit complements that person's body? When you identify the elements you are attracted to, it becomes easier to incorporate them into your own outfits without becoming a copy and paste of someone else's style. Number two, not thinking about the message you want to communicate. This is what I told you earlier was an important point to discuss. Clothes communicate, even if you don't want them to, they do. For example, imagine being in front of a building, and when you try to go inside, a man wearing jeans and a t-shirt with a smiley face on it says he needs to see your ID first in order to let you in. Wouldn't you be like, but who are you? I don't know you. Why would I need to show you my ID? Right? But if the same man was wearing an ID himself and a uniform, you wouldn't have the same thought. You will be like, he's just the security guard of the building. This makes sense. The same applies to your clothes. Whatever you put on sends a message to the world. If you go out one day to the grocery store in leggings and a t-shirt, and the next week you show up in the most colorful and elaborate outfit, people would assume completely different things about you. They might even think you are a totally different person just based on your style. So the only way to take control over this narrative is to think about what you want people to think of you when they see you, and choose the elements that reflect that message. For example, if you want to be perceived as sweet and caring, you could use pastels and bows and soft makeup. But if you want to be perceived as laid back and cool, you could go for white leg jeans, neutrals with a color accent, sporty accessories. It's number three, not experimenting enough. The key to knowing what you like is to try it. Think about that food, that dish you swore you hated. But once you tried it, you were like, this is actually nice. I like it. The same goes for your clothes. There may be some things you might think you dislike, but have never tried. And if you give them a chance, they might surprise you or reaffirm your original plot. In which case, now you have all the more reason to not incorporate them in your wardrobe. But you need the exploration because that'll help you understand the kind of colors, silhouettes, prints, and style you enjoy wearing. Number four, confusing trends with style. Like I mentioned before, liking something trendy is okay as long as it doesn't take over your entire appearance. If you like a trend, before buying it, think, can I combine this with more than 50% of what I already own right now? Is this piece versatile enough to bring it into different moments of my life? Do I see myself wearing this in 6 months or 2 years or 10 years? Is it something I really need or something I'm only going to wear a couple of times? Is the quality of this enough to last me for years? If it doesn't really add up to your life in the long run, then don't buy it. Now, if you're thinking, but why bother? What's the use? I'll tell you. Finding your style can have a bigger impact on your life, believe it or not. It can give you an advantage in reaching your goals. Like I mentioned in the last chapter, your image gives off a message. And oftentimes people would treat you based on the way you look. And I know this sounds awfully superficial, but it's true. That's how our brains work. The look of things or people helps our brains form a certain idea of what we might be dealing with. Even if in the end we were wrong, that's just how it is. For example, on your first day of school, when you will see that teacher who looks super serious and strict, and you thought, this is going to be my hardest class. I might even fail it, only based on your teacher's appearance. Only for it to be actually your best grade by the end of the year because it turned out the teacher was actually pretty nice and caring and explained something more than once when you say you didn't fully understand. In other words, your appearance can positively or negatively affect the way people feel and behave around you, and can even prevent you from getting certain opportunities. Style is also important for you. Like I said, it's something intimate because it reflects who you are, what you believe in, your present and your past, and sometimes even the future you desire. And having clarity about it means that you've done the work of knowing yourself or understanding all of the nuances of your personality, your life experiences, and that only serves you. And that not only impacts your clothing, but also the decisions you make in life, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, what you expect from life and others around you. So it is not something superficial at all, as you can see. And also, finding your style can make you belong. And this is interesting because we think that wearing trends or following a certain aesthetic will make us part of something. And in a way, it does. but it doesn't necessarily help you connect that something else. It's not like you see someone else with a labubu hanging from their purse and think, wow, we have so much in common. I want to be their friend, right? You'll be saying that about 10 different strangers every day. But when your style is truly yours, people see you for who you are, and it puts you in the orbit of like minded individuals who share a similar vision of the world, even if they don't dress the same way you do. And that's what helps you connect with the right people. And now that you know what style is and the mistakes you should avoid when trying to find it and why it matters, I'm going to give you a few exercises that can help you kickstart your self discovery journey. Number one, write down the message you want to communicate. Take a piece of paper or open your notes app and write what you want other people to think about you when you walk into a room. It can be a short sentence followed by a few keywords that you'd like people to use to describe you. So, for example, you can put, I want people to think I'm professional, capable, and want to be taken seriously. And your keywords could be structured, classy, powerful, put together. This list now can help you understand the kind of energy that you want to embody because now, whenever you buy something, you can think, does this jacket, for example, look structured and classy? And if it doesn't, you probably won't wear it because it doesn't represent the message that you want to communicate. Eventually, it'll end up somewhere at the bottom of your closet collecting dust, so it would be a waste of your money. Please, don't just put classy and elegant or clean only because you saw it trending on TikTok. Think deeper. Why do you want to be perceived like that? How is that linked to you as an individual? And how that message connects you to the right people? Again, nothing wrong with liking the trend, but you have to make sure that you put your individuality first. So your style can be authentic and absolutely personal. Number two, fitting test. You're going to take a whole day to declutter your closet by putting on your clothes and taking pictures of how they look on you. I know it sounds like a hassle, but trust me, there's no way around it, especially if you've accumulated tons of things you barely wear. This is a way you can get rid of what you no longer use. So, what you're going to do is you're going to take out everything by groups, all your pants, all your shirts, all your dresses, and you're going to try them on and be really objective here. If you see the fit is not right for you, then put it in a bag and either sell it if it's in good condition, donate it, or put it in your local fabric dump. Here in the Netherlands, there are multiple dumps where you can put clothes for recycling. And taking pictures of these items can serve as a tiny look guide that will help you see what you have and how it looks on you in the press. Here in the Netherlands, number three, create your inspiration board. This is such a game changer, and the best part is that you can do it the way you prefer it. You can either print the pictures or cut them out from magazines like a collage, or you can create a Pinterest board, or you can design it on Canva or any other digital tool you have. There's no limit. But the idea is to pick style references, and with this, I don't mean things or looks you want to copy. No. References are these pinpoints you can visit for inspiration. They can be, yes, celebrities or influencers, but also cartoons, movie characters, paintings, a period in history, even books and music. This way, you won't be copying someone else's style, but you will be creating a concept, a collection of all the things that you love and feel inspired by, which you can then translate into your own take. If you'd like me to expand this point a little bit more in a future video about creating concepts and references and creating your style board, let me know in the comments. And that's it for today's video. I hope this can give you some inspiration to start your own style journey and that you've gained more clarity about your style. Remember, this should be fun and liberating. It shouldn't feel like a chore. It is about connecting with yourself, so enjoy it. Don't forget, you can also follow me on social media if you want to see more tips about style, body and faces, color season, self-esteem, personal image, and more. Or if you just want to send me your questions or your pictures of your process, I'd love to chat with you about it. Also, like this video and subscribe to this channel so we can grow our community here on YouTube. And if you want me to help you find your style or declutter your closet, you can book a free call with me on the link below where we can talk about your goals, your lifestyle, so I can help you choose the approach that works best for you. I hope to see you in our next video. Bye.